you originally desired. And probably the simplest analogy that I can think of, probably a lot of us can relate to, is if you go out to eat and the waiter or the waitress comes around and they ask you what you want to drink, and you say, I'll have a Coke, and they say, is Pepsi fine? you get the Pepsi, you know you really want a Coke, right? But, so we compromise, right? We compromise all the time. Really, maybe we don't even realize it. In situations like that, and a lot of other situations, I think compromise is okay. Sometimes it would be hard to get things done if we didn't compromise in certain situations. You hear compromise a lot in politics, and we love it when it's the other side compromising, and we hate it when it's our side doing compromising, whatever your side may be. But in our spiritual lives, compromise can lead to sin in a lot of different ways, and the devil is always seeking these cunning ways to try to get us to compromise. And I want to examine just a few of those tonight. A few ways we can compromise our spirituality. Maybe, first of all, we compromise for material gain. Many people are willing to compromise the truth for gain for more money or possessions, or maybe to have better status in the eye of people around them. But we're told in 1 John 2:15, do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So we cannot love the world. We can't allow this desire for material gains to compromise our faith. But what about family ties? Have you ever noticed what you might have once called the truth and change if someone in your own family is involved in sin? You know, it may sound like something simple, but if you look at the history of the church, there's been so many different false teachings and things that have came up in the church. Preachers who have preached for years on a subject, and then a member of their family is involved in sin, and they compromise, they begin to change their position on a certain stance. But as hard as it is, we're told that we have to love God more than our own family. And we read in Matthew 10:37, it says, whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So we can't allow family to compromise our faith, as hard as that may sound. And then third, what about fear? Fear can definitely lead us to compromise. A fear of maybe losing a friendship or a relationship that drives us to compromise our position because we want to seem friendly. We don't want someone to think of us badly. It's just kind of human nature to want to be accepted. Or a fear of receiving kind of a negative reaction, we might keep silent about a certain position. That fear may drive us. I remember my first year of college going from a little town like Minko, small class, to a big college class with 100 people, and a teacher was openly criticizing the Bible. And out of fear, but I can't say anything, you know, I was afraid to speak up. So sometimes fear will cause us to compromise and to keep quiet and not speak up. But the fear of man should never be a motivator for us. It mentions in Revelations 21:8, it's kind of interesting, it says there that the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for murderers, the sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolatries, all the liars, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. It's always interesting to me sometimes the way we kind of will rate or categorize sin. We don't think of cowardly the same as a murderer or a liar. But it says all these things will be in that lake of fire that burns. So being cowardly in our faith is something that we definitely don't want to be ever guilty of. Because only God should be feared. Luke 12:4 says, kind of summarizing verse 4 and 5, it says we shouldn't fear those who kill the body, but we should fear the one who has the authority to cast us into hell. So only God should be feared, and that God has our eternal life in his hands. And then kind of going with that, some don't like confrontation. I'm in that category as well. So maybe they'll avoid confrontation at all costs, and that can cause us to compromise. Or they think sometimes, or we might think that we've created some kind of unity by compromising, but it's really just a false or an artificial unity when we compromise our faith because of the fear of confrontation. But Think about Jesus. Think of how he was not afraid to be confrontational, not capable of evil, purposefully, being abrasive, but he stood up and wasn't afraid to confront sin and things that were wrong. It mentions him in Luke 23:5. The people were saying that he stirs up the people, teaching throughout all Judea. And certainly Paul was the same way. It mentions in Acts 17:6 and 7. I love the way that some of the brethren there are mentioned. It says, as they're being kind of brought out of the city, they're shouting, they say, "These men have turned the world upside down." And so they certainly didn't avoid confrontation when it came to sin and things that were wrong. And so we can't leave the impression that we approve of error. And then finally, a lack of faith is, I think, one of those things that cause us to compromise the most. That's why I think a lot of places attempt to mix evolution with creation, compromise there, because they don't have the confidence that they have more confidence that the science of men than they do in what God is saying. Why entertainment just eventually makes them worship and trust in God's ways of drawing people to work by itself. But we need to have faith. You cannot please God without it. And unbelief will pull us away from God. So, as Christians, we can't ever compromise the truth. We're to hold fast to the form of sound words, as it mentions in 2 Timothy 1:13. We always have to make sure where we stand as Christians and not be willing to compromise the truth of our faith. So show your love for the Lord, your devotion to his cause by refusing to compromise when it comes to your faith and what's right. Think about the first century Christians. Think about the immense pressure that they had from the world to compromise. So it mentions in Revelation 17:14, it says that those who were called, chosen, and faithful, they followed a simple plan and they were rewarded with eternal life because of that. So you can have it too if you'll never compromise. So if you've been compromising in your spiritual life and you feel like that's led you into sin and you're unable to get out of kind of that cycle, then we can pray for you. We can help you. We can do whatever we need to do to help you get back on track. And we're willing to do that. If you know what you need to do to become a Christian, don't wait any longer. It's the perfect place and time to have a baptistry ready. You have people who can help you with that. Don't delay any longer. If you're not sure what you need to do to become a Christian, we'd be happy to study with you. Whatever you need, what for now is you stand at the invitation.